Alright, guys, we are back with our Dallas Stars GM mode. So it's been a while since I made one of these. Apologize in advance for that, just because, school gets in the way of a lot of crap. But if you guys were wondering how we made it all the way up to the preseason, that's because, for those that didn't tune in, I did do a live stream, so I played a little bit of GM mode, and we did make a little bit of changes. But I think we can maybe get the regular season started in this video, but there are a lot of decisions that I personally have to make regarding this team. So, for those that are a little bit uh, behind, so we'll show you guys everything that we've done so far up into this thing. So, we did sign Blake Como in a free agency just as a backup fourth liner if we so need him. Just because his defensive category is pretty decent. It's pretty decent. He's a good physical player. Yeah, he was probably one of the best, like, overall well-rounded defensive players on the free agency market that was relatively cheap. So we picked up Blake Como for that reason. Stayed at 80 overall, which is nice. Um, Defensemen, on the other hand, goaltenders, I think we're fine, right? Yeah, we're gonna run with Kari Lehtinen and Oscar Dansk in the playoffs. Defensemen, Letty, Daly, Gormley, Goligoski, Dylan, and Alexiak right now, but we'll get to that in a minute. And then for forward-wise, we have Kane, Sagan, and Huberdeau, Backus, Hagelin, and/or Nick Ritchie. As you guys can see, Nick Ritchie did make the jump up to an 84 overall, so his offensive category is pretty decent. Defensive category is pretty dang good as well. Puck moving skills are good. Not the fastest skater, but he's a good overall power forward for this team with a good defensive category. He's pretty much like David Backus almost, except with a little bit better shooting category. And Backus is a little more well-rounded skating wise, but still, it's a good player. Tarasenko didn't do. Ferguson went up to 82, Eakin 82, Peverly 82, Chasen 82, Panic went up to an 81, and then Como up to an 80. So we still have some decisions that we have to make on for forward wise, but we'll get it done. But I mean, if I had to make the decision now, it would be Kane, Sagan, Huberdeau, Backus. I think Hagelin, Backus, Tarasenko, and maybe Nick Ritchie. I don't know. It's either Ritchie goes on the third line or Hagelin goes on the third line. I'll have to make the executive decision on which one I want to do. Third line is going to be Ferguson, Eakin, and Peverly, and then fourth line probably Chasen, Como, and Panic. I guess. I mean, how many players do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so we have 13. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9. Okay, so then it would be either Hagelin or Ritchie with Ferguson and Eakin, and then Peverly, Chasen, and then maybe Como, and then maybe Panic gets the shaft. Who knows? We'll have to make some decisions on what we want to do with that. But I think Panic actually went up to 4 Red Stars. Could have swore he wasn't up to there, but whatever. We'll have to make the decision on that when it comes. But as we look into the in the system right now, Roussel 79, Wellwood 79, Pakaluk is up to a 78, which is good. So 1 year for him, and then he'll be ready to come up next year. He'll probably take Richard Panic's spot. Rajla, Phillips, Ross, Wilson, yeah, Hanowski, Brett Ritchie, yeah, but we do have to make some trades here in the before the season starts. I want to kind of trade away some of all these Red Star potential guys that are around 22 years old for more. I kind of want to limit our prospect list so I know that we can have some guys that are ready to go for next year. So, like, Pakaluk will be ready to go for next year. Radula probably won't be. Phillips, maybe in 2 years. Ross, maybe. Wilson will probably be ready in 2 years. Ritchie, maybe 2 years. Like, a lot of these guys will take 2 years, but I kind of want to trade for some guys with Yellow Star potential, and that might be ready by 2 or 3 years down the line, because we only have maybe about couple more years left in this GM mode, and plus a lot of these guys are going to be restricted free agents, so I don't really want to bring any of them back. I'd rather get some gold star potential guys in there. But the decision we kind of have to make before this season starts is regarding the defensive core. As you guys can see, if we look into our main roster, defensemen, we have three defensive defensemen in Daly, Dylan, and Alexiak. I don't know if we need that many. We have an offensive defenseman, Nick Leddy, an offensive defenseman in Alex Goligoski, and a two-way in Brandon Gormley. So we have everything covered. So we have one two-way, two offensive guys, and three defensive defensemen. Now, if we take a look at Jamie Alexiak, hasn't really been putting up the points as of late. Discipline's really not that great. He has been taking a lot of penalty minutes throughout the years. Doesn't put up the points. He is a pretty good. He's an all right defensive defenseman. I mean, his defensive category isn't all that great. Defensive awareness 81, shot blocking 90, his stick checking and shot blocking are pretty decent, and he has a pretty good physical category for his size 6'7", 250, 252. So he's a big body back there, but I think we could possibly trade him because we don't need three defensive defensemen anymore. Because if we pair it up, Letty and Daly are going to be at the top two. Gormley and Goligoski round out the top four, and then Dylan goes down there on the top six, and possibly we could bring up Chad Ruwendel, however you guys want to say his name, up to play the top six with um, Brendan Dillon because I like my offensive defenseman a lot better than I like my defensive defenseman. He's got much better defensive awareness at 89. Discipline's a little bit better at 75, so he's not taking that many penalties. He does put up the points. He put up a shit ton of points in the AHL. 30, 30, and then this last year, 40, 40, and then 51 points with over 40 assists as a defenseman, which is pretty impressive. He's not going to be the most physical guy out there, but he does have a pretty good shooting category, so we could put him on the power play with guys like Goligoski, Letty, Gormley. So it could be another threat that we have on the power play. So I actually think I will probably end up doing that, moving Chad Rowundle up, because I really don't think that we need Alexiak anymore. I mean, it's 4 gold stars. He probably does have a pretty decent trade value, but I really don't see the need for us to keep him anymore. I really don't. He's probably still a top 6 defenseman, yeah, but I really just do not see the need to keep Jamie Alexiak around anymore. I really don't. Because he's not going to be getting any better than an 80, and Rwandle is already an 82 with a chance to get better next year. And we have him signed on a two-way for another year, so we're saving some cap, and we could have him for another year, and then wait maybe until like somebody like Conan or Nemeth. Nemeth could be the next Jamie Alexiak as well, but who knows? He could be a much better player than Alexiak could be. So we'll have to see about that, but I think I can trade away Alexiak, and I am going to keep Berlon just because. I mean, I could trade him for a draft pick, but why do that when I could continuously make the AHL team better? So I'll keep him around to play for the AHL team as well. So yeah, I think that's the only thing we're going to be able to do here is make a trade Jamie Alexiak for something. Maybe include Richard Panik along with that because I really don't see a need to keep Panik anymore with Pakula coming up next year. So I think I will make those two trades before the season starts. Goaltender, like I said, we're fine with Lettinen and Danis. Campbell will probably take all the starts for the AHL team. There'll probably just be a random goalie that will be assigned for the AHL team, but that doesn't matter. Campbell's going to be starting all the games anyway. Yeah, so I think we're good to go. So let's make a trade here, and let's see. Well, we're going to make a couple trades here. We're going to improve our prospects a little bit, and we'll trade away Alexiak and Richard Panik as well. So let's go to defenseman. Let's put Jamie Alexiak on the table as well as... Where is Richard Panik? All right, so he's got a little bit of trade value to him, so that's not bad. He's a third-line scorer. Alexiak is a top 6 defenseman. Okay, so let's send him to the Eastern Conference where these two guys will not bother us anymore. Team that was not going to be good this year. Let's see. Vancouver, no. Toronto, maybe? Toronto wants both of them. Prospect or a pick? I'm thinking like a first-round pick because I'm pretty sure I don't have any first-round picks for this year. No, I have 3/3. So yeah, 3/3, 2/4, 2/5. So yeah, moving up for I can maybe even trade a couple of these thirds and move up to second round picks as well. So we'll see about that. But a first round pick would definitely be nice for these guys. I have to look at the trade values as well. Okay, so let's try and find an Eastern Conference team that has a decent first round pick within our reach. And then if they do, then we'll look at prospects they may have as well. Okay, so the Islanders, no. Jersey, no. Montreal, no. LA, no. Florida has a decent one. Oh, they have our first round pick. That's right. Well, we don't need there first. Oh yeah, this was the first round pick that was in the Huberto trade. So these are the two picks, the first and the second round pick that came to them in the Jonathan Huberto trade. So that's pretty decent, I guess, but it's not that much because I think we know we're going to be a good team. Yeah, all these first round picks are kind of highly rated, except for ours. That's the only one, and Anaheim's is the only one that's not really rated all too highly either. I wouldn't be like completely out of range at training a pick for this, so I don't think they could take Panic. No, they couldn't take Panic, so uh, maybe I can steal a first round pick for them just trading away Panic. Let's see, where's Panic at? Panic at the Disco. Yeah, it's not too far off. I mean, I could probably add something else in here. Maybe I can add Vancouver's third, Minnesota's third, and then that wouldn't go through, would it? Nah. I'll probably need to add something else in here. Let's see, what else could I add in here? Rwundle, no, I'm keeping him. Rwundle, I'm keeping him. Panic, Wilson and Nemeth. Tom Wilson, nah, I just got him. He actually may turn out pretty decent. You never know. Keep him around. Berlon, Wellwood. I could trade Wellwood away. I really don't see a need to keep him. Roussel, Conan. I'll put Wellwood on there. Why not? He's a restricted free agent anyway. And then Wapple, I don't need. I can put him on there. Well, see if that goes through. That did go through. Am I happy to accept this proposal on behalf of the Anaheim Ducks and we consider it a done deal? Okay, so I kind of stole a first round pick there from the Anaheim Ducks, which is good. So we traded away Panic, Wapple, and a bunch of no names. Wellwood went along with that as well. We didn't really need him. And yeah, so we improved. We got a first round pick, so we can trade away Alexiak now for something else, maybe a prospect, a pretty good, decent prospect for Jamie Alexiak. All right, so there you go, and let's take a look at prospect-wise. Send them over to the east as well, see about prospect-wise. All right, so let's go to Boston first. Check out prospects. Yeah, because first round pick for him wouldn't go through, right? Yeah, it seems too far off to go through. What the hell? Oh, Boston's first round pick isn't that great anymore? Interesting. What the hell? Do you guys see that? Look at that. The trade value on the trade thing is way higher than this thing is now. That's weird. Yeah, that's a glitch. Okay. Anyway, let's not worry about that. Let's not worry about that. Let's look at these prospect side. All right, Hamilton, Mistel, no. Who's this guy? No, they just drafted him. Somebody who might be ready within a couple years as well, maybe 1 year. Lead all. Riley Smith. Malcolm Subban or Marcellus Subban. It's the wrong Subban I'm looking at. Okay, nothing really too special there for Boston. Let's check out Buffalo. Myers, Grigorenko. How's Grigorenko doing? He's a minor league scorer, 22, 76 overall, center sniper. I'm not really too fond of his stats. Gergensons, nah. Calgary, no. Carolina, what you guys got going here? Skinner, Falk. Victor Rask. Ryan Murphy. Maho. Trainer. Who's this trainer guy? Peter Trainer. Two-way forward. He's decent, but he's way too much for Alexiak. I could get a lot of shit back for that. Chicago. Mark McNeil. Nah, nothing too special there. Whoops. Detroit. Well, Detroit and Columbus are both on the East now, so I can trade with these guys. Kirby Reichel. Bjorkstad. They have a lot of these top prospect guys. All right, where's Alexiak's trade value? Like, level at? Like up to the D. Okay, up to the D. Looks like so. We could get another like decent third liner to play with our team, but I'd rather think we can just deal with the prospect and be be content with ourselves. Anthony Mantha, Ryan Sproul. He's a two-way defenseman, 75. Another defensive prospect would be nice for Alexiak. That would be nice. He's a minor league top 2, and he's got 4 green stars. It's the same thing with him, but he has the better, I think, a better chance to get better than Alexiak would be. Yeah. So yeah, we'll take a look at defensive prospects, and that's what I'll be aiming at for this. Darnell Nurse. He's still a long way from getting better, though. A long way of getting better. Let's see. Anything else? Justin Schultz, Toybert, no. Marcininen. Marcininen has only got 1 year left. Nah, I'm not too fond of that. Florida. Kulikov, Branson, Colby Robach, Petrovic. Nah, nothing too there. LA. Doughty, McEwen. Slavovoinov, no. Minnesota. Suter, Blum, Scandella. Spurgeon, Brodin, Dumba, no. Montreal. Subban, yeah, they have shit all prospects, don't they? Thrower, Beaulieu, Tindori, no. Nashville, Jonesy, Ryan Ellis, Bobick. Yeah, Bobick was the guy who we were kind of looking at as well in free agency. Not free agency during the thing. He's got a really good offensive category. He's pretty good defensively as well. He can maybe crack that top 2 as well. What kind of player is he? Is he top 4, top 6? He's a top 4. That wouldn't be too bad, because then who would we move down to the top 6 then? If he was a top 4, we would need to play him on top 4. I think Goligoski would then move down to the top 6, play alongside Dylan, because then Rwanda wouldn't need any place in there. That trade could go through if we traded away like Alexiak and Rwanda for Bobick. It wouldn't be all terrible. He's got 3 years left on a $0.575 million deal. That actually wouldn't be. That would be a really good trade. How far are the trade values off? Not too far. And he's a top 4 defenseman, so he could help out our team like a lot. Because then it would be Daly, Letty, Gormley, and then Bobick, and then Goligoski and Dylan, or Wanda wouldn't be on there. Because then we'd have 2 offensive guys, 2 defensive defensemen, and then 2 two-ways. So that actually would be a pretty decent trade. You know what? Let's see if we can make this one go through. I will give them Alexiak, and they can take Rwanda as well. Nashville though. It's more defense Nashville could use. I mean, who do they have already? They have Weber, Yossi, Klein. They'd lose Bobick. Then they have Ellis, Seth Jones. They have Douglas Murray. So then their defensive core would probably be like Weber, and they're in our division too, which kind of sucks. But Weber, Yossi, Klein, Ellis, and then probably Jones, or maybe then they'd have Rwanda and Alexiak. So it'd be Weber, Jones, Yossi, Klein, Ellis, Rwanda, Alexiak. It's not a bad defensive core, but we'd have a much better defensive core than they do. Even though they have Weber, we have higher overall guys. And yeah, you know what? I would be okay with making this trade for this guy, a top 4 defenseman who has a great contract. He's young. He's 20 years old. He could be a future guy that we could have on this team. Besides, because like a bunch of the older guys we're going to be getting rid of soon, and we have to make some room on the team cap wise. So this would actually be a pretty decent trade. I think you guys would agree with that. He's got 4.5 gold stars. I mean, I don't see why not. And I think this actually would go through because the trade values are pretty dang close. So let's see if this goes through. Jamie, and they don't want to give him up, but they do want these 2 players. So let's see if this goes through. Jamie Alexiak and Chad Rwanda for Colton Bobick. Will this go through? No, but it's just a bit low. Okay, so we just need to add something else in here. What could we add on? Probably I can probably give him like a forward prospect that I don't need. Facts, I know you're staying. Phillips, Winther. It's probably gonna be Winther, Sutter, or Volk. One of these guys has to go. Let's see, Winther, Sutter, or Falk. Let's see, Volk, you're a sniper, right? No, you're a playmaker. Sutter, you're a 2-way forward, and Winther, you're a two-way forward as well. Okay, so it's got to be one of the two-way forwards that bites the dust. It's either Sutter or Volk. Sutter or Winther. Who are the higher overalls? Oh, they're both 66, aren't they? Yeah, they're both 66 overall. Who has the better stats? Who's been performing for me lately? 28 points for Winther. Defensive category is almost there. And then Sutter, 23. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of Sutter. Get rid of Sutter. I think that should do it. I'll throw something else on there as well. Probably just look at all my forwards. Lowry. Yeah, we're keeping Lowry. Because he's like high overall. Volk, Ross, Radula, Winther. I can probably get rid of Stephenson. I don't think I need this guy either. Yeah, I'll get rid of Chandler. Stephenson. All right, so salary cap is problematic. There we go. And just for kicks and giggles, I'll throw in a draft pick. I'll throw in Vancouver's 4th round pick. And I'll throw in Edmonton's 5th round pick as well. So Alexiak, Rwandel, Sutter, a 4th and a 5th for Colton Bobick. Will this go through? No, it's still a bit low. Okay, so I need to add something in here with some form of value to it. Burlon. Yeah, I think I might have to give up Burlon with this. Either that or Roussel. But Roussel might be... I don't think I'm going to use Roussel. But I kind of want Roussel down there because he could help out the first line people in the AHL. He's a decent guy to have there on the first line. Burlon. Yeah, I don't think I need Burlon. I think my defensive core in the AHL is pretty decent enough. So I'll give up Burlon as well. And then salary cap issues. I probably need to take somebody back with a little bit of salary. Yeah, I'll just grab this Cameron Keeley guy. So Alexiak, Rwandel, Sutter, Burlon for Bobick and Keeley. There we go. Okay, on behalf of the Nashville Predators organization, I accept your trade offer. We'll see you out on the ice. So I had to give away those two pretty good defensemen that I needed. Nashville kind of upgrades their defensive core a little bit, but we get a pretty decent player now, a pretty decently decent center defenseman for the future for the Dallas Stars in Colton Bobick, two-way defender. Like I said, his offensive stats are pretty good. Not the most physical guy. He's got a really good defensive awareness at 99. It's the best defensive awareness you can have. As long as his shot blocking and stick checking get a little bit better, doesn't take that many penalties, he should be good to go for this team. His puck moving skills aren't the best either, but we should be good to go. And let's make our line changes, and we'll just do roster moves. Just make sure everybody is up here. Kind of glad that it took me to this. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Keeley we don't need. And then defenseman. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very nicely done. Goalies, Dansk, Gletton, and Campbell down there. Yep. And we're good to go. All right, we'll do best lines, and we'll edit these lines up. Oh, wait a minute. I wasn't done yet. I was not done yet. I completely forgot. I wanted to trade some of my prospects away and upgrade to some better prospects. So, rookie skaters. Rookie skaters. All right, so let's upgrade some of these guys. All right, so Keeley we don't need. So we can trade him back away. Radula, Ross, Krug, Volk we don't really need, so we can upgrade Volk for somebody else. I just want to give away some of these guys. Conan we're gonna keep. Lowry we're gonna keep. Stephenson, yeah, I wouldn't mind trading away Stephenson or Kosmachuk or Bork either. Hoare I'll keep because he's a defenseman. Hutchinson I'll keep because he's a defenseman. And all three of those guys I'm going to keep. I'm really just concerned with keeping Pakulik, Faxa, and Richie as my core prospect guys. But same thing with Phillips. Phillips is getting there as well. So, we'll see if we can add one more guy onto this, and then we'll trade 3 of these guys for another decent prospect. And who's the other guy? Kosmachuk or Stephenson? Yeah, I'll give away Stephenson. Okay, so I'll give away these 3 guys. Find a team that wants somebody on this team. And then we'll try to upgrade them to a prospect, send them to the East Coast. Why not? Florida, you guys always got your abundance of really good prospects. Trocheck, Bjugstad. Bjugstad's still a minor league checker, so that wouldn't be too bad. Nick Bjugstad. He's a two-way forward, 24, 3.5. Corrado. Let's see if I can steal Bjugstad from them. So Kelly, Vulcan, Stephenson for Bjugstad. Yeah, that'll go through. I'll be happy to accept that. Okay, so there's a little bit of an upgrade in prospect-wise. Picking up Nick Bjugstad. And let's see if we can get rid of Kosmachuk and Bork. And I think that's it. Blacker I'm keeping. Ross I'm keeping. I'll keep Winter around for a little bit. And yeah, I think that's it. We can just trade away Bork and Kosmachuk for somebody. Somebody decent. Pick a random team. I don't know. See what Jersey has. Nothing too decent for Jersey except this black guy, Graham Black. Nah, nothing really too special with him. Eastern Conference team. How about the Islanders? What do you guys got? Calvin DeHaan, maybe. Another defensive prospect. Ooh, he's actually pretty decent. What kind of player is he? He's a depth defenseman. He's already 25. Want somebody a little bit younger than that. Gonchar Sturk. Sturk's only 21. I think his trade value is a little bit up there, though. Josh Sturk, he's a playmaker with one hell of an offensive category. No, I think I'll skip on them. How about the Rangers? What you guys got? Nothing at all. Ottawa. I'm only looking at rookie skaters anyway, but that's fine. Pope, Point, nope. Philadelphia. Pepin, Sam Warren I could pick up. He's 21. Defensive defenseman. Nah, we don't need Sammy. We don't need Warren. Schittsburg. Let's see what you guys got. Harrington. I'm looking for those Gold Star ones. Gold Star guys with not a lot of trade value to them. Like Narbonne or Narbonne would probably be better. I don't think Hurdle would kind of turn out. Narbonne, he's 24 though. He's 24 and he's already 68 overall, so it's not like we're getting a better player in a Jonathan Narbonne. Two-way defenseman, nah, we don't need him. Well, I thought we would get simulation done today. Probably not. Just a lot more trades, I guess. And then we'll set up our lines, I guess, and then we'll get ready for simulation in the next one. Nope. Tampa Bay, what you guys got? Gogolev, Nemastenkov, Slayer Cook, Paulie, Samsonov. They don't even have these two guys signed. Wow, they don't even have this guy signed. He's a minor league top 4, 70 overall, 20 years old. Who's this guy? Maxim Samsonov, offensive defenseman. That'd be nice to have a prospect offensive defenseman in the works. His defensive awareness is already pretty decent. They don't even have him signed yet. Interesting. He's 20. Yeah, I could maybe steal this guy from them. Why? Why is that? Why is that not salary cap approved? Why is that not? Okay. They need to take another. I need to take another skater off of their hands. So, oh yeah, because he's not signed. That's right. So I'll just take this guy, and then put back, Bork, and I guess I'll have to throw in. Yeah, but then. Okay, we can't make that trade go through as much as I would like to. Maybe I could trade a pick for him, because that guy actually looks to be pretty decent. Even though he's Red Stars, I like his age. So Samsonov for the draft pick in the third. I would give him my third. A third for Samsonov. Nah, it doesn't. Okay, didn't think that would go through. All right, never mind. Toronto, what do you guys got? Let's see. Frederick Gauthier. No. Matt Finn. Carter Ashton. Colburn. I might just look at all teams now. It doesn't really need to be a Western Conference team. Shinkarik, Jensen, Castles. This is Castles guy. Cole Castles. Nah, nothing too special there. Capitals. Dmitry Orlov. Nemechek. Isn't this next guy that I traded to them? David Nen. No, it's not. Thought the name looked familiar. Orlov's trade value is like really low. J.C. Lippin, Permistrov, Lawrence, Klingberg. Who's this guy? Lippin. 23 years old, 70, right wing playmaker. Now, I'll skip on J.C. Lippin. Anaheim. Yeah, let's go back to these guys. Nope. This guy, who I don't even know how to freaking say his name. 4 Red Stars. Who is he? Alexander Koklachev? I guess. Center playmaker. Is decent, I guess. 23 years old, 69 overall. Yeah, I'll skip on that. Buffalo, we already looked at. Calgary. Furland, Kamayev. Dennis Kamayev. Nah, his eyes creep me out. I'm not going with him. Max Reinhart. No. I already looked at Carolina. I already looked at Chicago, I think. Yeah, this only guy, this Deneau guy. Oh, maybe I could take him, Deneau. Philip Deneau. Two-way forward. He's got a decent defensive category already. His offense ain't bad either. Hey, he's 23 years old at 74. Yeah, I'll take him. He's better than some of the guys I have, so. So I'll give up, who was it? Bork and, Bork and, it was Kosmachuk, right? Yeah, Kosmachuk. So Bork and Kosmachuk for Deneau. Yeah, there you go. I'm not going to gift horse in the mouth. Okay, so there we go. I just wanted to upgrade a little bit of our prospect situation there, bring in some guys who are a little bit better, just to see if they'll progress any better. So I thought I would get some simulating done in this video. I guess not, though. It's going to be a really, really long one, but I'll leave you guys up to help me get these line changes under order. So I'll just use best lines for right now. So if I wanted to do these line changes right now, I think it would be Huberdeau, Sagan, and Patrick Kane on the first line, obviously. Second line would then be David Backes, Tarasenko, and then either Carl Hagelin or Nick Ritchie up there. You guys will have to let me know which person you think would be better suited for the second line. I think it would be Carl Hagelin, but then again, if you look at their puck moving skills, Hagelin's is 88, 87, 84, 90 with a offensive awareness of 87 and a pretty good, decent shooting category and good speed. But if we look at Nick Ritchie's same category, 93 for deking, 87 for hand-eye, 84 for passing, 94 for puck control, almost an equal shooting category. His offensive awareness is 81. So it does look like Carl Hagelin is better suited for the second line, so I'll leave him there for now. Third line, probably Nick Ritchie. He's a left wing, right? Yeah, Nick Ritchie's a left wing. Third line, Nick Ritchie, Cody Eakin, and Austin Ferguson on this third line. And then on the fourth line, Blake Como, Rich Peverly, and Alex Chasen for the fourth line. So it looks pretty decent. Really good top line is pretty decent. Second line is pretty good. Third line is really good now, especially because I got the stud in Ferguson and then a stud in Nick Ritchie down there on the third line. And then the fourth line's actually pretty good with two-way forwards and a power forward. Defensively, on the other hand, Daly and Leddy, as I have it, Bobick is going to now move up instead of Goligoski. Goligoski will then play with Brendan Dillon. So that'll be that. Bobick, you're a left-hander, so I do want you playing on the right side. Goligoski, you are a left-hander. Is Dillon a right-hander? Now he's a left-hander as well, so I'll give Goligoski his better wing. So that'll be that. And then power play, yeah, the power play lines, you guys can just mess with that. Let me know what you want, four-man power plays. Penalty kill will be interesting to see what they want, but actually the way they have it set up, I'm actually pretty happy with that. Peverly, Ferguson, Backus, Ritchie. I'm actually kind of happy with that penalty kill. Three-man penalty kill, same thing. 4-on-4s, extra attacker, and then obviously in goaltender, we're going to have Kari Lehtinen and Oscar Dansk have the starts, switching them up a little bit, give Dansk as many starts as he possibly can without faltering, because he is going to be our goalie next year, because Kari Lehtinen is dropping in overall continuously, so we'll have to get rid of him next year or at the draft or whatever we want to do. Shootout. And then if we look at Texas, it would probably just be Pakuluk with Ritchie up there and Roussel up there as well, because I think Roussel's a center. No, he's a left wing. Are any of you guys centers? No, I need a pretty good center up there. Probably Faxa. I could have Faxa up there. I could have Zach Phillips up there. No. Hanowski. No, looks like Brad Faxa is going to be, or Brad Ross up there. No, it looks like, or Tom Wilson. No, it looks like Fax is going on the first line. All right, well, so there you go. There is a first line with Pakuluk, Fax, and Brett Ritchie. So, and then pretty much all we have to worry about there is make sure Campbell starts. This Dakev guy is going to be our backup, I guess. I mean, I could probably sign a better backup before we begin. I might do that. And then defensively, just got to make sure Nemeth and Conan are up there with Krug, Blacker, Horn, and then I'll put Hutchinson down there instead of Fortuna. So maybe before you guys come back, leave your line changes in the comment section down below. I'll probably do the AHL lineups myself. But this was an extremely long video. But we did get a lot of work done here, and we will definitely be starting the simulation in the next video. So thanks, guys, for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, and as always, subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time for another GM mode with our Dallas Stars.